Good morning, Raptor Freaks. Lexiot's here. It is Wednesday. Wow, Wednesday. And I got a couple things I'm wowing about today. Wowing about Raptors being in training camp for Calgary this year. That's pretty cool. They've never had a training camp in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. They've had preseason games in Calgary, but they've never actually held the training camp in Calgary. So that's pretty cool. Of course, we know when the Raptors do a training camp in another Canadian city, that means that they're going to hold an open practice. So, Sheriff Seymour Pay, just so you know, since that's your neck of the woods, well, you could have the opportunity to go to an open practice like other Raptor freaks have done in the past for Raptors training camp. Of course, they've announced media day, they've announced the preseason schedule, they've announced all kinds of dates for around that time. The media day is like the 29th of September. And then they'll go to Calgary. They'll spend a week there doing their training camp. And then on the last day of being in Calgary, they'll actually do the open practice, which is open to the public to buy tickets to. And it usually features an inter-team scrimmage. So there'll be like the Raptors versus the Raptors in a fun scrimmage game. So it's a great event. I highly recommend any of the Raptor freaks that are in the Calgary, Alberta area to go to the open practice. So get on it. Pay attention to when the tickets go on sale and go get them. It's going to be awesome. And then, of course, the Raptors are going to play a preseason game to start the preseason, maybe their toughest preseason game of the preseason against the Denver Nuggets in Vancouver. So Vancouver, BC, Raptor freaks, you got your chance to go to a Raptors game for preseason against the Denver Nuggets. So that's very, very fun, of course. And then they go to Sacramento and play down there, a game against the Kings in Sacramento. Then they come over here and they start playing some of the more Eastern Conference teams. Like they're going to play Boston twice, home and home against them. They're going to play the Washington Wizards in Washington. They're also going to play the Brooklyn Nets in Toronto to finish the NBA preseason for the Raptors. I love that they have 6 games this year in preseason. They've had less games in recent years. So more games is good to prime up, especially with a younger team like we have. More time out there to get Colin Roy Boyles, Elijah Martin, Jacoby Walter, Grady Dick oriented before the season, the better. The better. So, yeah, I'm excited. It's exciting to get this news about the preseason and all this stuff. But once again, this is a crazy thing. We're in the longest period between Raptors games. You know, there's a period, I guess, between their last game of the season and the Summer League, in which we just went through. It doesn't seem like it's as long. This is like the 3-month period, right? So what was it? If we ended up finished our season in the middle of April, May, June. Yeah, it was. Yeah. So this is the longest period between Raptors games of the year. When the summer league is over, between summer league and preseason, that's a long time. Everybody's saying, "Oh, it's coming up. It's so soon." No, it's not. It's not soon. And I know because I got to do this channel every single day until then. And getting content figured out every day is a chore. It's tough. It's tough for sure. So yeah, let's see. August, September, October. It's like 3 months, just under 3 months. It's about the same period of time, I guess, in some ways. But yeah, it's not anytime soon. Excuse me. Sorry, I had a little allergy there for a second. Excuse me. All right, let's see. Trevor J's first in, of course. Trevor J, thank you, Commissioner Fun, for being here today. He's saying this for his words of wisdom this morning. People need to learn that their actions do affect other people. So be careful what you say and do. It's not always just about you. Yeah, I wish that people in power were taking this into consideration. There's a lot of ripples of bad things coming from politicians and people on both sides of the border, not just in US, obviously there, but also here in Canada. There's politicians that are not doing the will of the people, and they're making decisions that are not for the people. They're for business interests and for their own personal gain. And that's disgusting. Now, every little thing you do does have a ripple effect, a butterfly effect. And some of it is innocuous and not important, but some of it can be very, very devastating and awful. And there's a lot of people out there that are moving unconsciously without their realizing the impact that they could have with some of their decisions. And it's really scary right now. In some ways, it's like So irresponsible the way our leaders are acting right now. And I'm looking right at you, Doug Ford. Yeah, I'm looking right at you. Very irresponsible leadership in politics these days. All these people are jackasses and they do not represent the will of the people. They've gone rogue and they represent corporations and their own personal interests. They don't represent us anymore. And that's mostly all the right wing politicians at this point. They do not. And people that said that they're both the same, no, they're not. The left wing is for the people and trying to fight for everybody's rights. The right wing is for corruption, criminality, and scam artists. That's what it is at this point. So, honestly, if you consider yourself conservative or right wing, you are a fascist. You're one step away from being a Nazi. So you better wake the fuck up and come back around here. If I have to be Indiana Jones and run around and burn you like a thuggy guard just so you can get out of your stupid ass trance of falling in line with right-wing fascism, I'll do it. I'll burn the hell out of all you motherfuckers to wake you up from the trance that you're in and your bullshit. Yeah. All right. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. I'm really pissed off about a couple things this morning. And well, politics is one of them. It usually is these days. Trevor J's bringing up something I'm very sad about also. This is something that matters a lot to me. Being a kid that grew up in high school with very long hair that drove a hot rod and was a stoner, heavy metal banger. Yeah, Ozzy died yesterday. And I mean, in some ways, I thought Ozzy would never die because he was just the way he is. And you know what? He hasn't died. He will never die. That's just how it is. His legend and who he is, his natural body, his spirit here may be gone, but the man is going to live past himself easily. Ozzy's just weird, man. He's just a weird guy. Like in some ways, he's a spirit animal for a lot of people. He's an icon. He's just something that's so important. And I'm really sad about him passing away yesterday. That was tough. That was one of the toughest things I had to deal with yesterday, honestly, was hearing the news that Ozzy Osbourne had passed away. I'm a metalhead. I love Black Sabbath. I love Ozzy. I love his solo career. I just love what he stood for. I just love like who he is. His reality TV show was goofy, but was entertaining. There's just a lot about Ozzy that's awesome, and he represents a lot of different things. He's a very deep icon. And yeah, I was sad about this. Very, very sad about Ozzy passing away. Very, very sad. It seems like, we've had a couple of celebrity deaths this week that have been jarring and kind of sad with, Malcolm Jamal Warner and now Ozzy Osbourne. Trevor's saying that WNBA wins yesterday. Los Angeles Sparks beat Washington Mystics. New York Liberty beat Indiana Fever. Minnesota Lynx beat the Chicago Sky. Las Vegas Aces beat Atlanta Dream. And Dallas beat Seattle in the WNBA games yesterday. There's one game today, guys. We got one crew. Atlanta's at Phoenix. And Isaac Barnett's going to be the crew chief. Randy Richardson is the referee. That's some good alliteration. Randy Richardson, referee. Marcy Williams will be the umpire. So that's your crew for the one game on the WNBA ticket for today. And of course, I will remind everybody who has a fantasy WNBA team to set up your teams. We got some great matchups going on. Doesn't look like any of them are that close. Right now, we got James, Cool Cat, Fiercey, Kaz, and myself leading our matchups right now in the WNBA week this week right now. Yeah, James is here. Good to see Raptor Freak James. He's saying that Charlotte won the Summer League. Very unexpected. Yeah, we covered this on Monday. That Charlotte won. I did. I think that's unexpected. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Because honestly, their little crew of rookies that they got, I was like, yeah, I'm not that impressed with these guys. But, I think it was a combination of Jalen Sims from last year and, some of the more experienced players along with the talented young players. Because the Charlotte Hornets did have a lot of high draft picks this year. And, well, Con Knipple is was the main player for Charlotte and doing really well for him, but he was not the Summer League MVP. They gave the Summer League MVP to Kyle Filipowski of Utah Jazz. He averaged almost 30 points a game. This is the thing. There's a little bit of a gripe, and this is one of the things I'm wowing about right now. Wow. The Raptors were one of the top 4 Summer League teams in Summer League in Vegas that just finished up, and they did not get a single player on either of the first or second team All Summer League teams. That's kind of bullshit. In some ways, that kind of pisses me off because, you should represent the top teams that perform there. And if there's 10 spots and we were one of the top 4 teams, why wouldn't we get at least one representative? All NBA bullshit. You know, they've already looked over Shed for all rookie second team or all rookie team last year in the season. He should have been on that. And now this. Now, I think that there's 2 reasons why the Raptors got snubbed from all summer league team. Is that, first of all, they had a very across the board performance where it was collaborative. There was no one guy who was just taking over and being a leading scorer like Filipowski for Utah. Usually they want to give individual awards for these all teams. And we played such a team concept. And also we played a very defensive kind of concept, which is not going to get as much shine as an offensive concept. So the Raptors got overlooked. In some ways, AJ Lawson canceled out Jacoby Walter as much as Jamal Shed canceled out Colin Murray Boyles. It's like they all canceled each other out. There's like 4 or 5 Raptors that were pretty dang good at Summer League. And all Summer League team people were like, the Raptors were just defensive and they were team-oriented, so we can't single any one of them out for all Summer League or all Summer League team 2. It is whatever. I'm getting sick of accolades and shit like that. I'm going to say this to Jamal Shed this morning. Fred VanVleet got snubbed so long, for so long. The same kind of way, Jamal. This is the same route. If you're going to go like VanVleet, you're going to force them to give you accolades. You're going to force them to give you respect and attention and awards because you're going to be that damn good eventually. But right now, it's the early time, and you may get snubbed in stupid little dumb ways. Well, force them to recognize you, just like Fred, just like Norman, just like Pascal. These guys forced the league to recognize them, and that's what you're going to have to do, Jacoby and Jamal. You guys are going to have to force this league to recognize y'all. Now, if y'all beaten Sacramento, maybe you were in the championship game, maybe one of y'all would have made all Summer League team. But you didn't. You lost to Sacramento. And Nick Clifford and Isaac Jones, well, they're on all Summer League team. Yeah, they're on all Summer League team. Yeah, that annoyed me. In some ways, I'm like, this is not really a diss. It's just that the NBA regularly overlooking the Raptors and not giving them the just due like they always do. This is just the norm. It's the norm for this. And, well, Jamal Shed, you're going to get this eventually. I know you will. Just add it to the list of snubs and just drive yourself to go get further because of it. Yeah, it's annoying. Like I could go over the all summer league teams, but I don't need to. It's stupid. It's dumb. I mean, the guy who dominated us got second team, Isaac Jones. They put Nick Clifford on the first team. Nick Clifford may have been more averaging more good for the Kings in summer league, but Isaac Jones was the MVP of that team. I'm sorry, at least from what I saw. And he should have been on the first team. You put Nick Clifford on the second team. I don't know. I don't know their logic for how they do this shit. Con Knipple was on the second team, and he was on the championship team. They put the 2 Charlotte Hornets that made the all summer league team on the second team. Neither one of them made the first team. So I don't know where their fucking logic comes from how they select this shit. Who's voting on this shit? Corey Alexander? Jabronis like that? Seems like it. Seems like it's jabronis like Corey Alexander that are voting on the all summer league team. Either way, it is what it is. Who cares? These things don't matter. And we're going to fucking make them respect us down the road when we win a lot. That's right. That's right. Trevor's saying, I can't wait for Raptors real basketball to start. You're going to have to. You're going to have to wait. You might as well make some plans and make the time go by. Lots of work, maybe. You're going to be doing many trade shows, traveling, having cookouts, doing whatever you need to do, Trevor, to keep yourself occupied, because you're going to have to wait. You're going to have to wait. You're going to say you can't wait? Well, you're going to have to, because this shit ain't coming till October. Now, I'm going to say this right now. I ain't in no rush to get the season, because in some ways, I want summer. I want this nice warm weather and really enjoy it for a couple months, because, when October comes, the weather going to be changing. And that'll be when the perks. So, well, it's getting colder. Well, at least Raptors basketball is here. That's the trade-off. It's like, oh, summer's over. Fuck, it's going to be snowing soon. And, well, at least Raptors basketball is back. That's what gets you through the winter. That's right. Summertime, we got to get outside, touch grass. That's right. That's right. Trucker Kaz is here. Good to see Kaz. Good morning, Lex and the Rap Freak crew. Good morning to you, Kaz. I hope you're having a good day. Hype for the Sheriff Seymour having training camp in Calgary. Yeah, I hope that Seymour is going to go try and get there to it. Yeah. Here he is. Here's our city slicker. Yes, Cowtown feels like Toronto in the mid-90s. I love it. Barbecue at Seymour's. Okay. Yeah. What do you mean Cowtown feels like Toronto in the mid-90s? I love it. You think that over there feels like Toronto? Man, I don't know. Toronto's been sucked of all its character and fun. It really has. The City TV building is just a sad corpse, a corporate shell of what it used to be. Sure, there's still a truck sitting outside the building, like halfway out, like up high. Sure, the windows that used to host amazing TV shows and block parties are still in the building, but the character and the shell of that building is just not the same in any kind of way since Bell Media bought it. It's absolutely garbage. It's sad. The character of this city goes out the window. I love Toronto when it had big, colorful mooses all over it. I love Toronto when you'd see amazing art displays just for no reason in the middle of the city. Frivolous, crazy shit. And people are like, wow, who paid money for this? I'm like, yeah, let's do this. This is culture. This is fun. This makes things interesting in the city. And sometimes you need this kind of shit. Just because it doesn't make money, just because it's not a profit, you need culture. You need fun in your city. And the corporations around Toronto is just suck it dry out of this damn city. Take all the fun out of this city. Yeah, I want colorful mooses in the summer. Put 1,000 mooses across the city of Toronto just for fun. Yeah, that's fun. Let's fucking make Ontario Place a great public park for everybody. Oh, wait, you demolished it? You crushed it? You took away more of the character of Toronto? Fucking piece of shit, Doug Ford. Yeah, well, let's close the Science Center instead of fixing it. And, there's all kinds of things that the character of Toronto is going out the fucking wazoo because of bullshit. And I'm sick of it. We need to get the fun in the city back. The city has gone to shit. It's gone too grown up. We need it to be more fun. We need to do things for kids more around the city. We need to have more of those feelings around the city because right now the city has no fun. It's not livable. And it's so expensive. Who the fuck will want to live here? Seriously. This city is broken. And we need to fix Toronto. Toronto needs to be fixed. Ontario government, stop fucking pulling the purse on us. We are the economic driver of this whole fucking country. And you guys are fucking around with the money, Doug Ford, you piece of shit. Nah, we need to invest in the city culturally and make it more interesting again. Culture is important. Corporation is versus culture. They don't like culture, corporations. Piece of shit, fucking corporations. There you go. I don't even know why I'm going off on that. All right, let's keep going. Seymour saying, respect, gang. There you go. You going to go to open practice? You should go, man. And Kaz is saying, bless you, Lex. Thank you. I appreciate that, Kaz. Bless you, too. Yeah, I hope that the Lord above and creator, I have faith in you that you're going to get us through whatever is going on in the world right now. I have faith in you, God, that you have a plan and that you will figure out the right just desserts for everybody on this earth at this point, whether it's the good, the meek that need to be protected and to get their reward for being right, and the evil and the subjugating and the really, really wrong people, they will be smited and they will be punished eventually in the ways that they should be. That's right. I just have that faith that that's happening the way that God would intend it. That's how it's got to be. That's right. Seymour saying peppercorn burgers. Okay, burgers on deck. And bless you, Lex. Oh, you guys are blessing me. Oh, because I was sneezing. I'm like, oh, that's why they're blessing me. I thought that you guys just got all religious for a second. No, they're saying that because I was sneezing earlier. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Gesundheit, right? Let's see. Seymour saying, remember, wash your damn hands. I feel like this is Seymour from the past saying this. It's like 2020. Seymour said, wash your damn hands. I feel like this is what a remnant of the pandemic era. That's right. Wash your damn hands. That's right. Seymour saying, we are always going to be the team looking in from the outside. We're from Canada. We were totally robbed in the Summer League semis. League approved. Yeah. All the champions of the last 6 seasons had to beat out the other teams. We have to beat the league, the refs, the other teams. It's all stacked against us. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say that to a degree, but also not totally to a degree. I mean, this is something that Stargate was calling out in the moment during the last game against Sacramento, saying these refs are totally railroading us. but also have to point out the style of play that we're playing is going to get more fouls. That we are being antagonistic and jumping on people and attacking them on defense, and that there will be more fouls. That's just part of it. It's just part of it. I don't want to, I know that you guys are right to a degree, but I don't want to use that card all the time. When that kind of shit is happening for real and it's really egregiously bad, I will call it out. Trust me. But in this one, I'm not going to say that they were trying to stop us at Summer League. I don't think they were. I think in some ways we stopped ourselves. We stopped ourselves by not playing a better offense. If we had played better on offense, if we had one of our other guys, other than Jamal Shed, jump up and get a good scoring game, we would have beaten the Kings, and it would have been a whole different kind of thing. And there wouldn't be any of these things. But alas, Jacoby had not a very good game. AJ Lawson was not playing. And Colin Murray-Boyles looked like a rookie all of a sudden again and wasn't effective. So it just is what it is. Sacramento beat us and got to the final game and then lost to Charlotte. But if we had beaten Sacramento, if we had had a better offensive game from a couple of the other guys, we would have beat them. And we would have been in the final against Charlotte. So it is what it is. We learn. We live and we learn. That's right. And in some ways, Jacoby Walter got some good lessons in that Sacramento game. Trust me, he did. He's taking it to heart, and he's going to be better next time. Trust me. Yeah, let's see. Seymour's saying, you need heart to put on this jersey. Yeah, I mean, listen, people that want the easy route, people that want the easy way, well, in some ways, that's why people don't like coming to Toronto. Some people say, oh, I don't want to play for Canada. I don't want to play for Toronto. Well, sometimes it's because they're telling on themselves that they're lazy and they don't want to go the hard route. That going to play for the Raptors could be the harder route in certain ways. Yeah, it could be the less thankful kind of ways. I mean, I'll bring this up once again. In the world, there are examples outside of race and every day where you can see discrimination, prejudice. And I love to show the very easy example of the NBA and the one Canadian team with the 29 American teams. And you can see the mechanisms of prejudice and discrimination within the NBA and the things that we're talking about. You know, you can look at disenfranchisation of the Raptors in certain ways, as far as award consideration, about bad press, all the writing about us is negative and all kinds of stupid shit. It's unfair. A lot of this stuff is not fair. And well, it can be used to see through the window of how this mechanism works on an individual level in society. Seriously, you can understand more about prejudice and discrimination when you see how the NBA media treats the Toronto Raptors. When you see just how, you know, they're treated as second-class citizens. Then you can start to understand, you know, maybe how, you know, people as individuals in society get disenfranchised and treated and marginalized like the Raptors do in the NBA. It's a very clear, harmless example of a thing that's very, very harmful in society. In some ways, the things that happen to the Raptors is harmless. In some ways, it's just sports. It's not serious. It's not life or death. But you can see the mechanisms of how these things work in society and how it is harmful to individuals when they get marginalized and disenfranchised and not get their proper just respect and credit for what they're doing. You know, it's like in a business, you know, somebody could have a similar job title and they're working in the same business and one person's just kicking so much ass but they're a person of color. They could be a woman and the other person's a white male. And they're not doing the same amount of what they're doing, but they're getting lauded and they're getting appreciated more within the business, even though the other person's doing way more than them. Why is this happening? Discrimination in some ways. And this is what I'm trying to say. It's like basketball can give you examples of very huge sociological phenomena and things that happen in society in a very apparent way that you can see it yourself and understand the mechanisms of discrimination, prejudice, and stuff like that. Not giving credit to people when they deserve it. You know, this is the kind of shit. This is that kind of shit. And they'll gaslight us back the other way, like saying, oh, you guys think all your players are so much better than they are. But you know what? Everybody in this league does this. All 30 team fan bases pump up each one of their players. You know why? Because we want to believe each player is going to be the ultimate top potential that they could possibly be. What the fuck? You want me to come out and say Colin Murray Bowles is going to be this and this and this? He's going to be shitty? No, we want to see these guys get the highest level. And you can call that homerism. You could call that unrealistic looking at your players and overrating them. You can call it whatever. You're a hater either way because, we want our team to be the best. So why wouldn't we project the best outcomes for all of our young players? It's our haters that look at them and say, no, they're going to be this shitty and this shitty. Who's the fucking right? Are we right when we overvalue our players, or are they haters right that they sully our players? It's somewhere in the middle. And honestly, the track record has shown that we're more right often than the people that are haters and sullying our players. So it's like, I get it. Raptors fans have a penchant for overrating our players and maybe being, they're way better than we think. Well, every team does this. The Lakers fans are doing this shit to DeAndre Ayton right now. So what the fuck? Every team does this. Every one of the 30 fan bases overrates their own damn players. So don't give me this shit, especially from Raptors Nation people that are within our own nation that say, what? Raptors fans are too much of homers. Wait, did you just call us Raptors fans and you're supposed to be one of us? Nah, that's a tell right there when you start putting other on the people in your own fan nation. Raptors fans are always overvaluing their own players. Raptors fans are homers for RJ. Why are they homers for RJ? They're telling me I can't be a Raptors fan if I don't like RJ. Wait, you're telling on yourself because you're othering us. You're saying, Raptors fans. Whenever you write anything like that in Reddit or social media places, you're telling us that you're not one of us. When you say something like Raptors fans are always doing this, you just told on yourself. You're not with us. And you guys got to see this kind of stuff when you're on social media spaces and you do hear these voices. They'll tell on themselves all the time. Yeah, you're not a Raptors fan. You're actually just in here acting like you are, but you just told on yourself with your language and the way you were talking. Either way, all 30 teams overvalue their players. Don't get it twisted. Seriously. And in some ways, you want to overvalue your players because you want them to aim for the best, the most substantial and the best outcomes for them. And in some ways, I can see the possible ceilings for a lot of our players, and they're fantastic. I think that our players are going to be so good. And that's not crazy. That's not overvaluing. That's not being a homer. These are young men that are working their ass off to be the best that they can possibly be, and I want to see them succeed. And that's what it is right there. That's it right there. Yeah, Seymour said, I'm sorry, I would not move back to Toronto. I watched the news, and it looks worse than when I left it. Listen, you don't totally diss Toronto. The only reason why you didn't want to live here is because it's too expensive. It's too expensive. Everything's gone up in price, and it's not worth it to live in the city. The perks of living in the city were great when you had free time, but to live in the city, you have to work your ass off, and you have no free time just to try and make ends meet. I don't even understand how people pay for rent downtown anymore because the rent has gone so crazy. And the crazy thing is the rent out in Scarborough is just as bad as the rent downtown. You could try and get a place out in Scarborough. You can't get a cheap place out there anymore. It's messed up, man. The city's broken, and greed and corporations and capitalism is the reason. It's absolutely the reason, the problem right now. That's right. That's right. Big 2-finger salute to Doug Ford. That's right, Kaz. That's right. Every single day, that fucking mobster piece of shit, piece of crap, Doug Ford. He is not for the people. He's for himself is what he is. He's for himself and his business friends. That's it. Seymour saying, born and raised in the East. I love Scarborough, but I can't. Well, that's why I'm out here in the woods now, man. I can't either anymore. I cannot abide by paying a crazy ass rent every month to some guy who owns like 500 properties downtown, and he's just fucking killing everybody with his fucking bullshit. Yeah, I can't do that. I can't do that anymore. I can't financially give money to a fucking landlord who owns so many fucking properties and is leeching off of everybody like he does. Although he did tell me near the end, I've got to get out this business, Alex, because you guys are a headache. You tenants are so much crap. Good. I'm glad your tenants are giving you crap, Al. I'm glad that you get all kinds of problems from your tenants. You should, because you should have to work, motherfucker, instead of just sitting back and getting rent checks. You should have to come in and do home repairs. You should have to deal with your tenants' issues that they need done at their houses and get off your ass and go fix their places. That's what I say to my old landlord right there. You should have to work, motherfucker. You think you just sit at home and the checks roll in? Nah. You have a responsibility to your tenants. to make sure that you have working conditions for them to live properly. That's right. That's right. Fiercey's here. Good morning, fam, and happy Wednesday. Just dropping by to say hi, as I can't stay today. Okay, Fiercey, hi. Glad to see you today, MJ. I hope you have a fantastic Wednesday. Maybe she's got a meeting. Maybe she's got different things on the go right now. Fiercey's a busy lady. That's right. Eye candy, getting the hi from Seymour also. Let's see. Fiercey's saying, Seymour, enjoy training camp. Hope you can make it there. It's so fun. Yeah, I hope you do go, Seymour. We're going to need eyes on the scene, just like Trevor in Las Vegas. So can you do this for me? Are you saying there's a chance that maybe you could go to the Raptors open practice at the end of training camp in the end of September? Yeah, right around then. It's like maybe in the beginning of October, it'll be the date of the open practice that you could go to, my guy. You need to go, my guy. That's right. That's right. So fun. Yeah. Kareem saying, Lex, do you think the Toronto Raptors still have to slightly overpay for players due to being the only team outside of the USA? What do you mean? I don't understand this. Lex, do you think Toronto Raptors still have to slightly overpay for players due to us being the only team outside the USA? I don't know what that means exactly. I mean, overpay how? I don't know. The contracts we sign are in American dollars. And, well, there can be compared directly to the contracts that other teams in the league have with other people. I've never thought that we've ever had to slightly overpay in the first place. This is new to me. I mean, this isn't it. Like, are you saying that we have to overpay players to entice them to come here? Is that what you're trying to say? No, that's not what this is. These guys are getting paid about what they would get paid in other places. I don't totally understand your question. Maybe come at it from a different direction to elaborate. Let's see. Seymour's saying, I'm going to try to invade it. Hopefully don't go missing like Amit. Amit is in Canada, so we know he's safe. At least right now he is. I'm pretty sure he's still here in Canada. I mean, he's going to be here till Global Jam, and it hasn't happened yet. So he's probably still here in Canada. So I think he's all right. I hope you invade it. I hope you invade the Raptors open practice. Seymour saying at Temu, Amazon, Trevor J, can you send me the Raptor Freak Media Pass? I'm going to take pics and post it in the Facebook group. We don't have a media pass, but you could go there. And if you see Scotty and you're near the court, yell Raptors Freak and see if he comes over to you. Seriously. This happened at one of the last 2 years ago at the open practice. Tom Duke did this. But Scotty knew because we were talking to him on Twitch. We said, we're going to come to the game, Scott, and one of us is going to say Raptors Freak, and you got to come over and say hi. And he did. He did exactly what he promised he would do. Scotty heard Tom yell Raptors Freak, and he came over from practicing, shooting around at the open practice, and took a picture with Tom and put his arm around him. So Seymour, if you do go and you get anywhere near the court, if you yell Raptors Freak at Scotty, say, hey, Scotty, Raptors Freak. See if he comes over to you. Seriously. Because he might come over to you and he might be like, you guys are everywhere. How the hell? Because I did this to him too. I yelled Raptors Freak at him at the Subway event, and he looked at me and he was like, whoa, there he is right there. So yeah, there's a tradition of Raptors Freaks going to events where Scotty Barnes is at and yelling Raptors Freak at him, and he actually kind of responds and comes over. So you have a good chance of getting his attention if you can yell Raptors Freak at him. Say, hey Scotty, I'm a Raptors Freak, or something like that. He might come over to you. Seriously, he might come over to you. He did for Tom. That's for sure. Yeah, Seymour saying every fan pumps up their team like Remax Blim. Yeah, so stop watering us down for it. Stop telling us to stop doing this. Let us do it. Seriously. In some ways, if you talk yourself down, you're never going to get anywhere. Maybe that's how Wizards fans are. Like, oh, yeah, we got good players. Yeah, we had good rookies last year, but we're going to suck still. Yeah, we're the Wizards. We're always going to be the Wizards. They can get into a cycle like that. And honestly, they want us to be like the Wizards and the Hornets, but we aren't. And we're going to show that. And once again, the post-Masai era has already started. People are sullying our ass. We have these new rankings out, and they're saying the Raptors are one of the worst front offices in the league. Like within not even a month later after Masai leaving. Listen, you don't know how good we're going to be with Bobby Webster in charge. We're going to have to see. Y'all are going too quick. They love this idea that Masai's gone. It's like in some ways, it's like kind of dancing around saying, ding dong, the Raptors are dead because Masai Ujiri is gone. A lot of people equate that to that. And I'd say in some ways they may be right. I don't know yet. We're gonna have to see the results on the court. We're gonna have to see, man. Yeah. G saying, what's wrong with being a homer? Players feed off the energy. Yeah. Yeah. It's just more forces trying to shame us for loving our team. Like, and I don't get it. There's some people on Reddit that are like so against homerism for the Raptors. I'm like, motherfucker, just tell us who you are. An outsider, somebody who's not really for the Raptors. You know, this channel is based off of a passion for our team. And we are, call us homers, call us positive fans, call us pie in the sky people that are not realistic. I don't give a shit because we love our team and we're aiming for the best that they could possibly be. And we want to speak it into existence. Toronto Raptors, NBA champions 2026. Why not? Toronto Raptors, NBA champions 2026. Speak it into existence. Say it over and over again every morning like a mantra. And who knows? Maybe enough of us keep saying it, it'll happen. You know what I'm saying? Toronto Raptors, NBA champions 2019. Toronto Raptors, NBA champions 2026. Why the fuck not? Why the fuck not? Why are we doing this? And we're not trying to go for that and talk about more of those coming to Toronto. Seriously. I mean, what's wrong with being a homer? What's wrong with being proud of where you're from? What's wrong of being proud of a young man who's where you're from where you're from and playing for your team, and his name is RJ Barrett? There ain't nothing wrong with any of that. And haters are the ones who put down people for being homers, put down people for being positive fans, put down people for believing in their team. My God, what the fuck? We can't have any joy in this world. We can't have the possibility of hope and the possibility of pumping up ourselves and saying, I love this Raptors team. The potential is great. Yeah, every year, all 30 teams come in with potential. And all 30 teams' fan bases are all like, woo, this year it's San Antonio. Woo, this year it's Charlotte. Nah, it's like that. If we're not doing this, would we be fans? I don't understand it. Like, look, if you want to hate on your team and still call yourself a fan of that team, go be a Leafs fan. Because that's that action. That's that action right there. And that's, once again, I think this is the big problem is Leafs fans hate themselves. They hate their team down low, honestly. On the down low, they really don't like their team in some ways because it makes them pained. They have pain from their team. So there's a weird toxic a relationship between Leafs and Leafs fans. So in that action, those kind of people have that sports mindset, and they're trying to be in Raptors Nation too, but they have that kind of mindset. No, fuck you. Get out. No. You're jaded and you're toxic because of the Leafs. Get the fuck out of Raptors Fan Nation. That's what I say right there. Don't come in here with that kind of action and saying, I love the Leafs, but they break my heart every year. You get all upset and shit like that. No, get the fuck out. You gonna act like that around Raptors Nation. No, we ain't having that. None of that Leaf kind of fan action here. Yeah, I am a Leafs fan. I love them. I've gone through the pain and the misery for 40 years. You can't tell me I'm not a Leafs fan. I love them, but they suck so bad and I hate them too. Don't be like that with the Raptors. Just love, share the love. For the Raptors, it's a whole different kit and caboodle. And I don't get it. I don't get it either, G. What's wrong with being a homer? Seriously. Seymour saying, ever hear the Hornets announcer laugh out loud? He is stoked for his team, but don't tell any of him that any of them are trash. Yeah. I mean, seriously, I'll make fun of Charlotte Hornets. LaMelo Ball looks like an alpaca. Yeah, I'll make fun of him. Your new player, his name is Nipple. Yeah, I'll make fun of them. Yeah, Michael Jordan thought y'all are a joke and got the fuck out. Yeah, I'll make fun of them. People are going to do that to us too. They're going to say poverty franchise, Canada, blah, 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 taxes. Look, it's cold. All their bullshit they're going to say. It's just how it is in some ways. It's whatever. Just let fans be fans and have their fun. The sports is supposed to be a distraction from all the bullshit and something to be happy about. So why are so many people in Raps Nation so miserable and trying to tell everybody else to be miserable with them? Nah, I ain't wasting my time doing this channel every single fucking day to be miserable about the Raptors. I want to see the sunshine. I want to see the positivity. I want to aim high and I want to strive for success. And I ain't about being in the doldrums. Reality check, Raptors freak. The Raptors aren't very good. Okay, that's your thoughts, motherfucker. I see it too. And I've been on this planet almost 50 years. And for most of those 50 years, I've paid a lot of close attention to the NBA and basketball. And I do know quite a bit about the subject. And, well, I can analytically break down the Raptors roster and tell you, well, we're going to be in pretty good shape this year. Yeah, you can go ahead and be, no, we're going to be bad. We're not going to make the playoffs. Why are you even fucking here then? Why are you even here? Why are you even bothering to pay attention to the Raptors if you're such a fucking hater? You're in the summer. Go touch grass. Go to a fucking water park. Go down some slides. Have some fun. Maybe you'll get your fucking your foot out of your mouth with your bullshit. Seriously. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, let's keep going. James is saying, Lex, what one player takes us into being contenders? I've seen this on Real GM. Brandon Ingram. It's there. It's already here. Brandon Ingram is going to be the player that brings us into being a contender. That's it right there. That's it right there. People say, no, Lex, you're being too much of a homer. It's not that simple. Yeah, it is. It is that fucking simple. Brandon Ingram's like that. And I'm just saying, I keep telling people this all the time. You know, there's only been like maybe 5 players on the Raptors history that are a certain level of kind of scorer and player. And Kawhi Leonard, Vince Carter are 2 of those guys. And Brandon Ingram's one of them too. And people remember how you felt about having Vince on the team? Oh, yeah. You remember how it felt having Kawhi on the team? Oh, yeah. Well, get ready to feel that with Brandon too this year. Yeah. Yeah. And people are going to say, Raptors freak, man. He's hurt. He's jaded. He's washed. How do you know that? He's in his prime age for his career. He's finally 100% healthy. And he's in an environment on a team that has winning attitude, and he's all about it. And he's ready to go to work. You know, the signs are there. The signs are there. You can be educated and see it if you want to. If you don't want to see it, you won't. And that's the haters, the people out there that don't want to see it. They won't see it. They won't see it because they don't want to see it. I want to see it. I can see it. I can see it. And who's right? Who's wrong? I don't know. Well, time will tell. Time will tell with Brandon Ingram, the notorious BI3. I'm telling you, it's him. He's the one we can add and we'll be contenders. We already got him. He's coming. And we're going to be good. That's it right there. Mark Tavares is here. Good to see Mark T. All the things that made downtown Toronto fun is quickly vanishing. I know. You've noticed this too. You know, it used to be like there was some things that were just fun for the sake of fun. But no, it's all about this right now. And if it's not economically feasible, if it's not something for profit, if there's not some corporation involved, why can't we just do something that's artsy or fun or just for the sake of it? Or something for the culture, for the city, like those colorful moose that we had that time, way back. You can still see some of them around the city in weird places. But man, they were all over the place for a while. And they were cool. You know, just goofy shit like this. You know, where is the fun in the city that made Toronto so cool? I don't know where it is. And in some ways, it's getting sucked dry by greedy ass motherfuckers. That's what it is. It's getting sucked dry from greedy ass motherfuckers. Mark's saying at Seymour, Charlotte may not be a good team, but they are quickly changing their culture and have some really good young players. You know, Mark is speaking them up. And this is what Hornets fans should do. And they should be saying what he's saying. But I'm not a Hornets fan. So I'm going to do what they do to us. I'm going to say, nah, Mark, this team's going nowhere. These guys are in an environment that they just have no good direction from the front office or the coach. So these young players are going to continue to just stagnate and spin their wheels because they don't have good development. And LaMelo Ball is not the right franchise player for winning. He's a sideshow. He's a fun guy. He's a fun guy. He just does fun stuff. But does he win? Does he have a winning style of his game? No. He's flash. He's like sizzle, no steak. And, you know, in some ways, I'm going to nag the Hornets like they would nag us or other people would nag us. I'm going to say, yeah, they're a good team. They're changing their culture. I'll believe it when I see it. Culture in Charlotte is to lose. The last time they were a winning team or did anything that was good was when they had Alonzo Mourning and Larry Johnson and Muggsy Bogues. So it's like, and this isn't me dissing Mark. I'm just showing the action of how this all goes down. It's just how it can be. Seymour's saying true. I don't know if that's true, Seymour. If Charlotte is changing the culture, I don't know if that's true. Brandon Miller's a good step in the right direction. I'll say this right now. The kid from Alabama is a winning player, but LaMelo Ball is not. No, he isn't. That's right. Okay, I'm yelling at CBS before Raptor Freak. All right, do it. Do it. Seymour, go to that game and do what I told you. If you do it, you're going to get a pleasant surprise. I'll bet you. If he still remembers, hopefully he does. Say, hey, Scotty, Raptors Freak on Twitch. Mention Twitch too. Hey, Scotty, I'm Twitch family. Scotty Barnes, Twitch family. and see what he does. He might come over and see you and take a picture with you. He might. I don't know if he'll remember. I mean, this was a couple years ago. This was a few years ago. He may be so busy with a baby and an NBA career that he doesn't remember the Raptor streak, but maybe he does. He might. He might have a really good memory. I mean, he's going to remember probably because I was always on Twitch and he's seen the name. Oh, yeah, he's seen it. Kareem saying, what I'm trying to say is if you were born in Florida and have the chance to play for Toronto and they are offering the same amount of money, would you play for Florida or Toronto? Okay, yeah, I get what you're saying there. It's in the taxes. There's no state sales tax in Florida, but trust me, you're paying it out the ass in other ways, mostly in fascism. But in Toronto, in Canada, there is higher tax rates, and that is a turnoff for some people. And some people would say teams in Texas and Florida would be more doted on because of the tax situation in those states, as opposed to places like Toronto or the California teams that are higher tax. Even New York, higher tax, playing on the Knicks. So, yeah, I mean, this is a factor to a degree with everybody. But once again, there's a myth about paying more here in Canada because the players here in Canada are paid in American dollars. Nobody's getting paid in Canadian dollars here. So in some ways, this is a crazy thing. And I know this from being a dual citizen and having finances in the United States and in Canada, is sometimes you getting paid in American money in Canada means you got way more money here in Canada. Seriously, because the exchange rate and different things like that. But no, I get what you're saying, Kareem. I think it's more that it's not Canada per se, but places where taxes are high, whether it's California, New York, or us, or other places that I'm not naming that I can't think of right now, versus places where the taxes are lax, like Florida and Texas. That may be more, but not specifically just because it's Canada. Because in some ways, the myth is that, oh, you're paying more here because it's Canada, but that's actually not true. There's all kinds of great financial breaks for American players that play in the NBA in Toronto. There's actually is on the down low. People don't even know that. There's actually some really interesting things you can do and actually have more money because of it. So Kareem saying that situation might happen more often than not, where players would rather stay in the States instead of playing for Toronto team. That said, does Toronto have to fork up more money for free agents? Well, we know that the free agents aren't necessarily wanting to come here, but that's not always true too. I don't know, man. In some ways, I don't want to talk about USA versus Canada in this situation because there's so many different things that could happen in the near future politically that can completely change this and make it even worse. So let's not even focus on this right now. It's been business as usual right now, and it's just how it is. Bobby and everybody in the Raptors organization understands what they have to deal with, the lay of the land, and they're doing their damn best. And I feel like they're doing a good job considering everything. I would say that. So, yeah, I don't want to paint a narrative like this because I don't think this is necessarily true, what you're saying. Seymour saying SGA might have put fuel in all the Canadians players now. RJ going to eat up the competition. Yeah, I'm there's a person on Reddit who's actively really going after RJ right now. And they're saying things like people that told me if I don't like RJ, I need to be taking my Canadian citizenship away. Yeah, I said that. I say that. Yeah. Because listen, I don't give a shit. There's people that are throwing up all kinds of stats like RJ's one of the worst finishers in the league. He's this and this and this. It's bullshit. You can put whatever you want up there. I look at the eye test. And the eye test tells me that man's busting his ass, trying his ass off on the court, and he's having a pretty good level of success considering things. Now, this year, in some ways, look, you can go metrics, you can go this or that, whatever. Who cares? I see the passion. I see the way he works so hard out there to play for our team. And that matters 10 times more than analytics to me because he's out there putting his ass out there crazy to try and win for the Raptors. So it's like, you know what? And people that are like, seriously, if you're so about trying to get the fuck RJ off this team, I'm telling you right now, you're not a real fan. I'm going to say this over and over again. Let that hometown hero play for his hometown and stop. Just stop. Let that man. It's going to happen the way it's going to happen. We have no control over this, but all the peanut gallery and Raptors Nation going on and on about RJ this, RJ that, just shut the fuck up. Seriously, get a life and allow us to enjoy our hometown hero while he's on our team. And hopefully he's on our team for many, many years. We'll see. I know it could be going a couple different ways. I know I can be realistic about that. But I'm hoping and praying. And that's why I love people that get on Reddit that say, yeah, RJ's going to finish this contract here and he's going to get another one and stay in Toronto. And you see all these people that absolutely hate the Raptors and RJ Barrett go crazy in the comments section. Well, why would you want this? RJ on this team? No, New York fans, we can see right through you motherfuckers coming into Raptors Reddit and trying to fucking sully RJ Barrett on our turf in our Raptors Reddit. No, fuck that. You go ahead and talk about toxic shit about RJ Barrett in Knicks Reddit. You go ahead and do it over there. Just go and stay in your category because I know that's who's coming. It's not people up here. And if they are people up here, fucking go fucking follow another sport or another team. Seriously. Just give up on your Raptors fandom. Go ahead and be a Knicks fan. Go ahead and be a Celtics fan. Go ahead and be a Warriors fan. Go ahead and be a Lakers fan, you piece of shit. If you're really that down on RJ Barrett being on the Raptors. Seriously, go ahead and be a fan of another team. Actually, you may already self-identify. Oh, I am already more of a Lakers fan than a Raptors fan. I'm just saying what's true. RJ sucks and he shouldn't be on our team. Get the fuck out of here then. That's what I say to these people. Go ahead and be a Lakers fan. Go ahead and kiss DeAndre Ayton's ass and see how much of a bust he is for you this year. Seriously. If you have an allegiance to another team before the Raptors and you live in Toronto and you're trying to tell the Raptors how to handle RJ Barrett, get the fuck out right now. That's what I say right now. Get the fuck out of our fan nation and don't be trying to tell us how to manage RJ Barrett if you consider another NBA team your favorite team over the Raptors. No. We ain't having any of that shit. None of that shit. That's right. Let's see. I believe SGA is up in the ante for the Canadian players in the league too. I believe that. Yeah. Mark's saying, yeah, LaMelo is not a serious player. And I'm not sure about Miller either, but Draft Khan, McNeely, and Kalkbrenner are a step in the right direction. I don't know. Is Kalkbrenner going to be a serviceable NBA player? Or is he going to be just a big, slow white guy? That could be. Now, is Con Knipple going to be the coming of Chris Mullin, the second coming? No. I mean, we'll have to see. I mean, I don't believe it. Those guys, McNeely, he didn't end up playing some of the end of the games. So I don't know. I can't get behind this. I feel like the Hornets are one of these franchises that just ain't going to get anywhere, anytime. Because to get somewhere, you need to have the right pieces in the different places. And a coach is one of them, and a good front office is one of them. And I don't know if they have a good front office. I really don't. And I think that you got to have a bunch of different things in the right places for things to happen. And I don't think they're developing their guys correctly either. I think young players come to Charlotte and they don't get as good as they could if they came to Toronto. I would say that. So I don't know. I like Brandon Miller. I know you're not sure about him, but he's the best player on that team. He, in some ways, is the guy that I would say is the most real basketball player on that team. And he is a baller, and he will take over games and try and win. So, yeah, he's their best player right now. I don't know about these rookies yet. We'll have to see how they translate to the bigger NBA regular players, not the summer league. We got to see how they transfer there. Seymour's saying Lillard, the highest paid assistant coach next season. Well, yeah, because he's not going to play next year, and he's getting paid a lot. But you know what? The homecoming's worth it. It's in some ways, this is for the culture. In some ways, this isn't necessarily a winning move for the Trailblazers. Of course, they've not been making winning moves pretty much the whole time that Dame Lillard's been in the league. But, it is what it is. And just allow the respect and the ability for him to be around his family in this way. This is the best. You should have never went to Milwaukee, man. I knew that noise that was coming around that summer when it seemed like ring chasing. Everybody's lighting a fire under Dame Lillard's ass to say, oh, you need to go get a ring now and go somewhere else. Too good to be true. And, man, going to Milwaukee, big waste of time. Big waste of time. Very, very big waste of time. Shaq Lindsay's here. Good to see Shaq Lindsay. Thank you for supporting this channel. He's saying jealousy brings hate, and there's a lot of hate surrounding this team because our starting five is one of the best in the East. How can you not hate that? How can you not hate that we have 20-point scorers at every position? EXP. Expected? Is that what that means? I mean, I don't know if Jakob will be a 20-point scorer, but I mean, he's capable of getting 20 on a night. Sure. Yeah, all those guys could be getting over 20 on any given night for sure. You're exactly right. Now, will they average? No, they probably won't. They'll be like maybe two of them will average over 20 points, and then a lot of them will be between 15 and 20 for average. And that may be RJ and Brandon are over 20. Scotty and Emmanuel are right around 18 to 19. and then Jakob is like 15 or something like that. Something like that. That may be about right there. Yeah, Shaq's exactly right. Jealousy. In some ways, the fact that they downplay us and treat us the way they do is some ways jealousy. I mean, in some ways, having Masai made people jealous, but now we don't have Masai. Fuck you, Ed Rogers III. You fucking piece of shit. Fuck you. Fuck you, Keith Pelly. Yeah, yeah. In some ways, that was something people were jealous of, and one of the best assets we had. But fucking Ed Rogers' personal grudge got in the way of one of our best assets we had, which was Masai Ujiri. And there was a lot of jealousy towards us for us having Ujiri. But now that's not the case. And in some ways, they see the weakened state of the Raptors and they want to pounce. And they're going to say different things like, well, I used to say this, as long as Ujiri's around the team, we're good. We're going to be good no matter what. But now he's gone. It's the post-Ujiri era, and I can't say this for sure anymore. And that's why I have to take each step of what happens post-Ujiri and really analyze it and look at it and be like, yeah, this is not going in the right direction, or this is going in the right direction still. We're just going to have to see, because it can go either way. It can go either way. Mark T saying, Charlotte clearly not as good as Toronto, though. Not even close. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they don't have the same caliber of players that we do. We really do, like Shaq Lindsay say, have one of the best starting fives in the East. We really, really do. Brandon's healthy and everybody's there. They're going to see it when we show up. And I'd love to see us healthy from the start, no injuries all season, running the whole dang season, kicking ass and winning at the highest level that we can because we are healthy. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. Kareem saying, Charlotte will always be dog shit. I don't even know there are still the Bobcats, or did they change their name back to Hornets? They suck. Should be called the Bumblebees. Yeah, I don't want to punch down on teams. I prefer to punch up, but I do punch down on teams sometimes below us. And Charlotte is one of those teams. Yeah, they are the Hornets right now. They are not the Bobcats right now. They are the Hornets, just so you know. But I can understand why you're not totally sure. I can understand. Shaq Lindsay saying center, which is okay because Jakob provides everything else. You saying except center. That's what that EXP was, at every position except center. Okay, I got you. Cool Cat's here. Good morning, Coach Cool Cat. Good morning, Rapid Free crew. The time is moving fast. Preseason schedule is out. Yeah, well, they just want to give us the next Vine to look forward to grab as far as things. But that Vine ain't coming anytime soon. It's in October. And the grind on the Rapid Freak channel continues. Tomorrow we'll do a Thursday Think Tank. And maybe we'll do a Thursday Think Tank in general. A post-Summer League, a Thursday Think Tank, maybe a Thursday Think Tank on talking about Raptors Fan Nation on some of the subjects I've been talking about today. Either way, tomorrow's a call-in show, and you guys can call the show, and I'll put you on the air. So the number will be up. If you have access to the number, you can call in and make your voice heard on Raptors subjects. Maybe you want to talk about the preseason and the training camp. Maybe you want to talk about, what our roster looks like for this year and what you expect. There's all kinds of great subjects you can talk on the Raptor Freak Thursday Think Tank call-in show. Tomorrow we'll be having calls to the show. There you go. Let's go. Cool Cat saying, I don't understand why RJ, our local guy, is such a hot topic. Can we let our local guys live in peace? Is it jealousy? Yeah. I think that Shaq's right. In some ways, look, once again, I'll illustrate this for Raptors Nation so you can understand where this whole history is. RJ Barrett was drafted by the Knicks. RJ Barrett's Knicks Nation wanted him to be something amazing, and they really were thinking that they were really into him, but a lot of them soured on him in different ways because they thought that he wasn't a very good defender. They thought that he was a very bad shooter and different kind of things. So there's a section of Knicks Nation that went toxic on RJ there and just started going after him in crazy ass ways. Well, it's continued, even though he's on the Raptors. And I think part of the reason why it's continued is because in some ways, RJ's fixed some of the problems that he had on New York since he's come to the Raptors. He is a better defender. He's a better team defender. And he's doing a way better job. His shooting has gotten better. There's aspects of his game that have gotten better. He's a better passer. He's getting more assists. So Knicks fans are seeing it because they want to keep tabs on this. And some of them may be hating because they're like, why didn't you do this for us? Why is he getting better on there? Why is he so much happier on the Raptors? Could you see where a Knicks fan is feeling angry about that and jealous? And maybe they're coming into our fan nation and making up bullshit, anti-RJ bullshit. I mean, seriously, I would say this. There's nobody in Toronto that really needs to hate RJ as much as some of y'all act like you do. You telling on yourself. And there's something weird about y'all. Seriously, why can't you just love this? Like Cool Cat's saying, this is a local hero playing for his local team, living a local hero's dream, his childhood dream to play for the Raptors. His childhood dream wasn't to play for the Knicks fans that come in and fucking act like Raptors fans on Raptors Reddit. No, he didn't have a dream to play for the Knicks. He had a dream to play for the Raptors. And he's living that dream now, and that's why they're hating. That's why they're jealous. That's why they're coming out with all their anti-RJ being on the Raptors bullshit and trying to start rumors saying RJ's got to go. RJ's going to be traded. All this shit. They can't wait for that shit. It just shows. Now, if RJ comes out and he kicks the Knicks ass and beats them, hits a game winner, and all the Knicks fans go crazy the next day, and you hear even more RJ, anti-RJ being on Toronto kind of thing, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about is true. Seriously. If we have a game this year where RJ Barrett, we got swept by the Knicks last year. Fuck that. We're not doing that this year. We're going to kick y'all's ass this year. We come out and we kick the Knicks ass, and RJ Barrett's leading this team in scoring. Get ready for the barrage of Raptors fans. No, they're Knicks fans hidden behind social media, coming out saying, no, RJ needs to leave. He needs to get traded. I'm serious. This is part of it. Knicks Nation has a real big problem with RJ in different ways. Some of them really love him. Some of them like Ben Stiller, and some people that have come in here, Knicks fans have come in here and checked on Manuel Quickly and RJ and our fan nation here on this channel. They've said, I don't understand why people are so down on RJ. I love RJ. He's worked hard. There are pure Knicks fans that actually do love RJ in the right way, but don't get it twisted. There's a huge percentage of them that are absolutely toxic and full of shit about RJ also. And that's what this is, guys. If you're a Toronto person who lives in Toronto and you're dissing RJ and spending any kind of extra free time in your life to go on Reddit and social media to talk down RJ, get a life. That's what I say right now. If you're like this, then obviously you're a hater. In some ways, you're not a true Raptors fan. I'm going to say this over and over again. You're not a true Raptors fan if you can't stand RJ Barrett wearing the red and white of the Raptors. You are not. I'll say that over and over again. I'm serious. Seriously, because this is the same thing. People that were anti-Jakob being on our team, why do you think they were? Because they know Jakob Poeltl helps us win, and they want Jakob off this team. Well, could we add that up? 1 + 1 = 2. People that are treated Jakob like this, saying, no, Jakob can't be on this team. We need to trade him. We need to trade him. They understood how much he added up to winning. Could this be the same thing with RJ? Did they understand how much his passion and his zest for playing for his team, how much he goes all out for us on our team? Like they hate that. Maybe because in New York, they were like, man, he didn't try as hard here. He's trying harder in Toronto. I hate that so much. RJ's got to leave Toronto. Seriously, it's shit like that. It's that right there. Cool Cat saying, anyone going to Hamilton to see SGA at his public celebration honor event? I don't know. We'll have to see. We did bring this up. This is something that was posted in our Raptor Freak chat. Let me go find it. I don't want to miss it. There's going to be SGA Day. First of all, they're going to have a thing at the Hamilton Ticats CFL game for SGA, but also they're going to do SGA Day. Let me see. I posted. There's so much stuff on the Facebook. There's so much posted by you guys. You guys post so much on here. Monique and Trevor, so much. I got to wade through it. Where is that post? I know Trevor posted it first, and then I posted it later on. But, man, I can't find it. Let me get it. It's somewhere in here. There it is. SGA Rally Day. It's going to be on. Okay, come celebrate history on SGA Rally Day. Join the city of Hamilton for a once-in-a-lifetime event. Man, don't say that. He could win it again next year. As we celebrate our very own SGA, Oklahoma City Thunder MVP champion and true basketball hometown hero. On Thursday, August the 7th at 3:30 p.m., attend a free community rally at Hamilton Stadium and see the best basketball player in the world live in person when we celebrate his historic season. RSVP now. Shea Rally Day, 3:30 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. Come celebrate history at the Hamilton Stadium on August the 7th, y'all. So that's the deets on that. So if you do want to go and celebrate SGA in Hamilton, it's August the 7th, 3:30 at the stadium. Boom goes the dynamite. Shaq Lindsay saying, I think people forget how good BI is. Please, people, check the highlights. BI by himself dismantled teams like Indiana, Golden State, Toronto, and et cetera. Yeah, he's dismantled our team in the past. He has totally dismantled the Raptors in games in the past, for sure. Yeah, I don't think they remember this. Like, seriously, why wouldn't you want a player on your team that is a combination of Kevin Durant and Kobe Bryant? Seriously, The man moves like Kobe Bryant, and he's got a body like Kevin Durant. So why the hell would you not want this player on your team? And people just don't remember because he's been hurt for a lot of the last 2 years. And there's just, they have short memories. They don't remember from before. That's the thing. This guy's been soaking it in. This guy, he likes Raptors culture. He likes the defense first approach because you know what? The defense first approach will help him look better on defense. And also, he'll be able to focus more on offense to be able to carry us offensively. That's one of the biggest holes we've had since the championship is our offense has lacked certain powers that are clutch and powerful and can get baskets as we want, whenever we want. We don't necessarily have that. There's been stagnant periods where Matt Devlin says the Raptors have not scored in the last 3.5 minutes. We ain't going to have that kind of shit with Brandon Ingram around. Trust me. That's part of it. And people are forgetting Shaq Lindsey. People are forgetting. I'm going to give Shaq Lindsey another dunk. Shaq Lindsey is continuing the summer of dunks. Just spitting facts right here. People forget. I guess because he's been hurt for so long. They just don't remember. You're going to 44, my guy. You're at 44 on the dunk charts now. Who's the 44? Wasn't that was that Chuck Hayes' number? I think that was Chuck Hayes' number, 44, I believe. Let's keep going. Seymour saying, okay, University of Calgary is about 15-minute drive from me, so I'm definitely going to the camp. Like, I'm about to play gym bag and all. You're going to go there, like, you're going to join the practice? Like, you're walking on? Seymour Pape's walking on with the Raptors, bro. He's going to show up in the fatigues. You show up there and say, yeah, I'm Percy Miller. I'm trying out for the team. I'm Master P. Just say that. Like, come up there and just say you're somebody else and say, yeah, I'm what's his name? J. Cole. I'm J. Cole of the CBL Scarborough Shooting Stars. I'm trying out. That'd be cool, man. That'd be cool if Seymour did that walk on. Wayne's here. Good to see Wayne's trainer, the Sergeant at Arms of the Raptor Freak channel. Morning, Raptor Freaks. Any confirmation on the European basketball schedule? Are you questioned about Georgia's participation? That's what I'm interested in, getting an up-to-date look at Mamu. Okay, so Wayne wants to see the European Championship. All right, let's do this. I'm going to go and do a Google search real quick. Let's see. All right, European Championship. Whoa, it almost came up. European Championship for basketball. 2025. All right, let's see what's up, whether that comes up. Okay, FIBA Eurobasket 2025 official website. Okay, it's going to start in 34 days, 23 hours, and 27 minutes and 6 seconds. The first game, then these games aren't happening until at the end of August, Wayne. I see Lithuania versus Great Britain on August the 27th. So this is going to be a while. It looks like we got Czech Republic versus Puerto Rico. Not Puerto Rico, Portugal. Sorry. Montenegro versus Germany. So Dennis Schroeder is going to be involved. Latvia versus Turkey. Sweden versus Finland. Serbia versus Estonia. Let's go, Estonia. Georgia is playing. They're going to be playing against Spain on the 28th. In where is that game? Israel's it playing? I don't understand why Israel's in Eurobasket. That don't make no sense to me. Really doesn't. Belarus, France, Cyprus, Greece, Italy, Slovenia, Poland. Yeah, they got a lot of teams involved in this. So this is going to be a big deal. So, yeah, it's going to be at the end of August, Wayne. And Georgia is playing from what I see there. So that may mean Sandro Mamu is going to be playing there. You get a chance to look at him. Kareem Thomas is saying Dame Lillard going back to Portland will definitely be a cultural shift and players chasing rings. Grass isn't always greener on the other side. Why not be a hometown legend, not a player who's sold out? This is the thing. The percentage of players that become champions is not that big. It's crazy how many great players in the history of the NBA never won a ring. So in some ways, your legacy can be shaped in different ways. DeMar DeRozan, in some ways, is not chasing a ring at this point, obviously. But he has a lot to play for because he's in the all-time top leaders of scoring in the NBA's history. He's top 25. And that legacy right there is a bona fide Hall of Fame kind of thing. Dame Lillard playing his whole entire career for Portland would have been more special than taking 2 years off to chase ring for 2 years. It's too bad he did that because in some ways that's so rare to play your whole entire career with one team. And he messed that up. It's too bad. Everybody has different legacies in the NBA, and some of them are not championship legacies. Charles Barkley's is not. Karl Malone's is not. So they have legacy still. So in some ways, you can figure out what your legacy could be, and you can make it special still. I mean, Fred VanVleet's legacy is fantastic. He's a champion. His legacy is amazing. Honestly, you can carve out a legacy, but you need to go on the path that you're intended to be on, and stop trying to force your path to be something else that is not supposed to naturally happen. If you're going to play your whole entire career for the Trailblazers, Dame Lillard, you ain't winning a championship. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Kareem saying, what grinds my gears about this RJ talk is that people are saying he doesn't fit. Like, who the fuck are these people? They're not coaches and they don't make millions. RJ can adapt. He's an all-star. I know they start using words like spacing and shit like that. Basketball's basketball. You put 5 players out on the court. If they play well together, they do well. Scotty and RJ have a great chemistry. I don't know if people have noticed that. Scotty and RJ play really well off each other. There ain't no problems there. Barrett and Barnes are birds of a feather, and they like playing with each other. They look for each other really well. And honestly, they're unselfish with each other. Scotty makes RJ better, and RJ makes Scotty better. Yeah, I don't get this. I mean, they'll make up any kind of bullshit. They're trying to make up arguments for why. You know, they're going out of their way to construct arguments when they talk about he doesn't fit on this team because of this, this, and this. Bullshit. Bullshit. That's not what it's about anyway. You know, once again, I'll say this. Bobby Webster and other GMs in this league stack talent at positions. I mean, in some ways, we didn't need to get Colin Murray Boyles because in some ways we have Scotty and Jonathan. But we're stacking that talent of that kind of player on our team. You know, is there somebody on our team that's like RJ right now? No. There's nobody on our team that's like RJ with a lefty that goes down the lane like that. Seriously. So I don't get it, man. They just want to have some sort of talking point to try and justify their stance. And they'll make up any bullshit. The spacing on the team is messed up. They said the same shit about Jakob with spacing 2 or 3 years ago. Same shit. Jakob messes up the spacing. We can figure this out. Our coach is smart. He can figure out spacing with any personnel that he has. Seriously. Seriously, like they know. Seriously, they're not coaches. They don't know what they're talking about. That's right. Samson Falk wants to talk about spacing. I might listen to him. But most of you jabronis on social media, no, I won't. I won't. Let's see. And Kareem saying, and then when RJ and the Raptors do well, the rhetoric will change to he's overpaid and all this bullshit. People just need talking points, and they sound stupid. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it is a front, and it's so crazy. Like, I can't believe it. Now, there's a whole like stupid sloppy Barnes front too, with people saying stupid shit. And people aren't really talking about Emmanuel a whole lot. In some ways, they probably might talk about him more if he has more success this year. Yeah, either way, in some ways, we just got to separate the noise from what is useful. And there's so much noise that is not useful these days. There's so much noise. Raptors Nation, don't parrot bullshit. Seriously. Parrot what I'm saying. Seriously. Be a positive fan and talk them up. Don't parrot talking them down. That's what some people are doing. Oh, ESPN said it, though, Lex. It must be true. Fuck ESPN. They come out with their bullshit tiers and rankings every day. Like they have a new one. Rebuild rankings by Tim Bontemps. Bullshit. They only have 14 teams ranked on here. And, of course, the Raptors are ranked on here, and they're ranked pretty low, of course. They put all kinds of teams above us for their rebuild being better. We're 10th out of 14 teams for rebuild. We're above these teams. The Phoenix Suns, which is the worst, at the bottom. New Orleans, Chicago, and Portland. And then we are next on the list. And, yeah, I don't understand this. They sully us in the article. Tim Bontemps says things like we might have had a better core when you had OG and Pascal and Fred than the one we have now. They're saying they're rubbing in that Masai's gone also in this little bit. And then they're also saying, well, would they get better? Well, it remains to be seen if these players will get better. It's just bullshit. And then right above us, they've got the Brooklyn Nets as a better rebuild than us. The Utah Jazz is a better rebuild than us. The Charlotte Hornets as a better rebuild than us. We've already gone over that today. The Washington Wizards are number 6 on here, a better rebuild than us. The Memphis Grizzlies. What the fuck are the Grizzlies doing right now? Like, seriously, Zach Edey, but the rest of it is gross. Sixers. They got the Sixers as the fourth best rebuild right now. What are they rebuilding? They're not rebuilding. They're trying to bounce back from an injury-plagued season with a big dummy. Then they got Atlanta at 3, Dallas at 2nd, and San Antonio number 1 as the best rebuilding team right now. Yeah, 10th out of 14, the Raptors, in the rebuild rankings of Tim Bontemps. They just need stupid rankings every day to put out bullshit just to have content. Seriously. In some ways, that shit doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. Neil's here. Good to see Blackhawk. SGA rally is a double billing that is ingenious on Hamilton's part to get more eyes on the Ticats. Yeah, it's at a game. It's a CFL game for the Hamilton Ticats. So that makes a lot of sense. Isaac's saying barbecue in Hamilton before Seymour's. Maybe. I don't know. We're going to do a barbecue. We're supposed to do a barbecue around the start of the European Championship, Euro basket. The end of August, early September. I don't know where King hasn't got back to me on the exact date. I want to start promoting this, Brian. If you watch me, we got to get this date nailed down so I can tell everybody. Wayne saying, thanks, Lexicon. Basketball viewing starts in August. I will take it. Yeah, a month from now, we'll see the Eurobasket stuff. And you know what? I will do something special for that period where I cover the games with specific Raptors members involved. Like if there is going to be games that Jakob is playing for Austria, I'll cover them. Maybe we'll even have watch parties, or maybe I'll do a live watch along, like on the channel for those days. We'll have to see. I want to get that. We'll have to figure it out. Neil's saying better to secure your bag because not everyone can get the chip, but you can control your finances. Yeah, but that's what Bradley Beal got for what he got in his career. Secure the bag, but within reason. I would say, a certain amount of millions is good. But if you're so greedy that you need to get the absolute most millions that you can and you're hamstringing your team from being able to get better players around you to win, that's not the right attitude. That's been Bradley Beal's, and it has not served him for his career. So there's a balance. You want to get your pay. Yeah, you want to get your finances. You want to get your bag. But can you also be like Tim Duncan and get a little bit less, get very wealthy, but you're conducive to your team winning because you're on a friendly contract? I'd say that's the sweet spot right there. Jalen Brunson may understand this best right now in this league. Right now, that's right. Mark is saying this at Seymour. From September 30th to October 3rd, the Raptors will hold training camp at the University of Calgary for the first time, concluding with an open practice on the final day. So October the 3rd, Seymour Pape. That's right. Sorry, I stepped away for a minute. I see Seymour is already on top of this. Laugh out loud. Yeah, there you go. And Seymour's asking Mark who's going to go. I plan on it. I'm bringing the kids. There you go. So hopefully Mark and Seymour can hook up and go to the open practice in Calgary. Mark, you could do the same thing I told Seymour too. If you go to it and you say Raptors Freak at Scotty, he may come over to you and your kids and take a picture, especially if you're with your kids. I mean, he loves kids. Like if he sees you with kids and you yell Raptors Freak and all you yell it like the kids too, he will come over to you and take a picture with you. I'm pretty sure. I won't say for sure, but if I'm saying the code word was Raptors Freak, and once again, he loves taking pictures with kids. So you might be able to get a picture of Finagle with Scotty Barnes if you do this right. And you got to do it before the open practice. You got to do it when they're shooting around and they're kind of informally kind of just hanging around the court. He might walk over to you and take a picture with you guys. I won't say for sure. But yeah, you should totally do that. And if you can see Seymour and hook up with him and hang out with him, that'd be awesome. Get a picture of all you guys together. That'd be awesome. Seymour's saying, cool, we repping. There you go. Calgary Raptor Freaks are ready. The call has been made. Training camp is in Calgary, and they are going. That's right. Yeah, there you go. Criscom's here. Good to see the great Criscom. What's good, Lex? These professionals who rank us so late are just straight bias. Yeah. I'm going to make some good money off these odds, and I don't really bet, but they make it too easy. Yeah. Yeah, this is the one thing. Make a pre-bet on the Raptors before the season on the over for their win total is usually a good sound bet to make money. Make a bet on them to make the playoffs. That could probably be a good bet this year before the season starts. So there's a couple of good ways you can make money off of the low balling of the analyzing of the Raptors for sure, Chris. for sure. You do it. I mean, you don't need to be Nostradamus to see this. That's right. Randolph saying, beloved Raptor Freaks family, you are made for greatness, which is determined by your God-given abilities. Even Jesus said, greater things that he has done, you will do. Be great, fam. I love that. Thank you for the words of wisdom. Blessings to the Phillips family, all the Raptor Freak families. Yeah, this has been a main theme for Randolph in recent weeks, that we have powers and God-given talents that were given to us by the Creator, and we need to use them. We need to use them for happiness, positivity, good things, encouragement, information, education. We need to use these things if we have these powers. If I have the gift of gab and the ability to get across big, complex subjects and material in a easy to digest way where people can understand it, I need to use that talent. If I don't, well, I'm not being my full potential. And that's what Randolph is telling us right now. I was sitting out on my porch the other day, having a little toki toke, and a dragonfly came and sat on the rail next to me. It was staring right at my face. I was like trying to feel the energy of the insect. And I'm like, what is this dragonfly's energy trying to tell me? And you know what he said to me? Exactly what Randolph just said. Use your potential, Lex, to help us all. Use your God-given gifts to help us all and how you can do it. And, we're all different. We all have different strengths and weaknesses, but we have stuff inside us that can make a difference. So seek out what you can do with your skill set and make a difference. That's what Randolph's saying. That's what I'm saying too. And that's what that dragonfly told me too. You're like, what are you doing, Lex? I felt the energy of the dragonfly, and psychically, that's what he told me. Yeah, I know. Maybe I'm getting discredited just from my own silliness. Wayne saying, criticism from non-achievers are just traffic noise. You plow ahead and ignore. Jakob Poeltl is such a unique player in the NBA and within our system. I just know only sharp basketball minds get us. Realistic, fair journalists do. There's so many spin artists. There's so many journalists that are opinion-based that are not actually looking at basketball and stats and the way the players play. I wish that the NBA media was more like it used to be, where it's not about the teams. It's not about the money. It's not about anything like storylines or trying to build characters like Jason Tatum in the league and stuff like that. No, it's about what they did on the court, and you report it. And you say, yeah, this guy's amazing. Dominique Wilkins, windmill dunk, wow. And he can do this and score this. And the Hawks won. You just report it on the league like you're a news reporter, like you're a reporter for a paper like Doug Smith, and all this opinion bullshit and this extra talking head crap, Stephen A. Smith world. It wasn't anywhere. It was just there. We're reporting to you. The Raptors have beaten the Sacramento Kings, and the score was this, and Scotty Barnes got these stats, and this, and people would analyze it. They watch it on Inside the NBA, and people would be like, yeah, Scotty Barnes looks like a great young player, and he's got a lot of potential in this. All the extra bullshit, the negative shit is unnecessary. And some of it is just the war of perception and trying to make people think certain ways for certain reasons. And a lot of them are economic. A lot of them are economic reasons. That's what it is right there. Boom goes the dynamite. All right, let me get on some of my tabs here. Let's do the straight goods on Canadian goods. Today, we're doing coffee, guys. I've talked about a lot of different companies and different places where you can get services. Well, where do you want to go get coffee in Canada? Well, there's certain places you should go and certain places you should not go. And, well, the worst places you can go is obviously Starbucks. Starbucks is the worst place you can go for coffee. Dude, boycott Starbucks. Starbucks is absolutely American, and we don't need that corporate Starbucks bullshit. So do not go to Starbucks to get your coffee. Don't go to McDonald's either. Fuck McDonald's, same kind of thing. Even Tim Hortons is not good, guys. Tim Hortons is owned partly by the USA and Brazil, and it's not 100% Canadian company anymore. So even buying coffee from Tim Hortons, as Canadian as that sound, is not the best option. Is not. It gets a 6 out of 10 on the Canadian scale, on the Canada score. So yeah, don't go there. I'll tell you the best places to go for your coffee around Canada, and we'll go right down the list. First of all, out of Toronto, we got Bridgehead Coffee. You may not know where that is. It's locally place. Blends Coffee is in BC primarily, but there's some coming over to Ontario now. Boxcar Social. These are more lesser known ones, is in Toronto also. Now here's a big one. Coffee Time. Coffee Time is a fantastic Canadian coffee place. I know their coffee may not be exactly what you like, but it's an affordable location that is a lot of places. Coffee Time is a great place to get your coffee to support Canada. It's Canadian owned, and there are tons of coffee times all over the place. That's what I'm saying. Dark Horse Espresso Coffee is in Toronto. Also, it's an artisanal coffee chain. So if you see Dark Horse, that's a good one. You can go there. Dineen Coffee is in Toronto also. Second Cup is a chain that's across Canada, and it is a great Canadian option. So Second Cup is way better than Starbucks, way better than Tim Hortons, way better than McDonald's. Go to Second Cup, go to Coffee Time. Also, Found Coffee is Australian inspired, but it's in Toronto, and it's fully Canadian owned. Robin's Donuts is in Eastern Canada. That's a great choice. Here in Toronto, the chain Jimmy's Coffee is absolutely fantastic. Jimmy's is in Kensington Market and a lot of other neighborhoods around Toronto. So Jimmy's is a great Canadian-owned and operated coffee shop. Timothy's World Coffee. You know Timothy's. You've probably seen a Timothy's World Coffee somewhere. That's another great Canadian-owned coffee place that's founded here in Toronto. So yeah, Country Style, once again, another one. Country Style, we know they're a big chain. They're across country. So yeah, these are the best places to go, guys. Balzac's coffee roasters, they're really good too. So if you're going somewhere to get coffee, the best places that are big time are Timothy's World Coffee, Country Style, Jimmy's Coffee, Second Cup Coffee, Dark Horse, Coffee Time. Those are your best choices for coffee. If you love the coffee, go get Canadian coffee and support our country. That's right. That's one place where I can get on the same page with Doug Ford and a lot of the leaders around Canada is we need to support Canadian economy by buying Canadian from Canadian businesses. That's right. Boom goes the dynamite. Check Lindsay saying, I guess ESPN rankings didn't take into consideration the NBA Summer League Bench Mob 2.0. No, they're not considering anything. They're seeing the things that are negative that have happened, like Ujiri leaving, and they're taking those into consideration. But any upticks or positive things or things that are, no, I'm not listening. They don't see it, and they don't want to include that. That's why we're, like Darko said, we're not getting full credit for having Brandon on our team and when people are analyzing how good we're going to be this year. And that's true. That's exactly true right there. Raynow saying, Lex, you have been using your greatness to aid all your followers and subscribers to your channel. Coming here in the morning has been a blessing. Thank you for sharing your greatness. Man, I don't think that I'm that great. Honestly, in some ways, I'm an ordinary guy. And I'd want it to be that way. But I do have some gifts. I don't know why I'm so good at communicating and just being able to speak in ways that can get across a lot of heavy kind of subjects, some stuff that people don't even want to talk about because they're scared to. But I'll do it here. And in some ways also, I find it's really important to be able to explain some heavy stuff in simple ways so that we can all understand. So I appreciate you, Randolph. I really do. And I appreciate your daily blessings and just being a presence on our channel for a long, long time now, man. You're a very, very important part of the Raptor Freak family. And I appreciate you a lot. I mean, I don't give me a big head. Seriously. I'm just a guy who likes to do a Raptors passionate fan channel every single morning, but I appreciate your words. They help me keep going. That's for sure. Cream saying, go to your local coffee time, Timothy's, Country Style, and fuck Tim Hortons for setting up small shops across the street to all these smaller shops to phase them out. Fucking sellouts. Donuts are trash. There you go. That's the right attitude, Kareem Thomas. Now, if you could cut out Denny's. I'm just kidding. You want to get your Denny's coffee. But yeah, those are good ones. Coffee Time, Timothy's, Country Style, Jimmy's. These are great, Balzac's, Dark Horse. These are great coffee shops that if you can go and support Canadian coffee, that's it right there. Boom goes the dynamite. That's right. Let's keep going. We're about an hour and a half into the stream. We got another bit of time. We can still talk. Let me do the Instagram stories. First of all, we got Bruno Fernando posting a picture from last year from him walking down the hallway into the Raptors game. He's in the Raptors hallway. It's a cool fit. In some ways, I don't know that. Is that an overture? Nah, he's not coming back. I don't know if he's going to be in the NBA again. He's busy over in Europe at this point. He's hanging out with Serge Ibaka this week. The Raptor mascot putting on blast training camp 2025, Calgary, Alberta. So we're coming, Seymour and Mark. So you guys get ready. You guys are getting the Raptors in your neck of the woods very soon. Elijah Martin is putting on blast Nick Boyd's youth basketball camp. It's in Boca Raton. 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on what date? Where's the date? There's no date on here. You don't even have the date on here. What the hell? Nick Boyd, you need the date of the time when it is. It's at Boca Raton Community High School Center. High school. Each camper will receive a t-shirt, an autograph item, and lunch while attending. It's a 3-hour camp. When is the date? Is it today? I don't know. Elijah Martin, man, either way, are you going to be at that camp? Are you one of the counselors? There's a picture of Gator stuff on Elijah Martin's thing there. Let's see. What else has he got? He's got this guy. He's gotten a new jersey. He's got the City Edition Raptors logo, Vince Carter logo jersey, the 55 Elijah Martin. And Elijah loves it, man. In some ways, that got to be kind of cool to him. He hasn't played yet. He didn't play last year. So he probably wouldn't have gotten the City Edition 55 Elijah Martin, Vince Carter logo jersey. But some fan got it made, and they got it, and they sent it to him. He gets to see it. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Eric Smith is putting on blast the Vancouver, Canada series. They're going to be playing the Denver Nuggets, Jamal Murray. There he is up in the trees and hiking again. Eric's on vacation, and he's checking out some cool stuff. Where is he exactly? Why do you guys always post that? Oh, he's in Vancouver, BC. So he's in the Grouse Mountain over in BC right now. Eric Smith, fan 590. And he's also watching a baseball game there. Ulrich Shamshay is proud of the preseason schedule. He's posted it on his Instagram. He's ready. It looks like Ulrich is looking forward to playing the Nuggets in Vancouver on October the 6th. He's got that posted. And there's a cool picture of him dunking against the Denver Nuggets in Summer League. Very, very cool picture. Slim Duck's got a picture of him as a little kid. Once again, he's playing a Big X, the plug. Over it. So, yeah. And he's also got a picture of him at the Raptors game. I don't know what's going on with Chris. And there he is now. And, man, I don't know what's going on with you, Chris. Whatever. I just want good things for you, man. Just want good things. Paul Jones is remembering his dad yesterday. It was his birthday. It was his father's birthday. And he went to his gravesite. Yeah, that's nice. And, man, I hope that happy birthday to Paul Jones's dad. Heavenly happy birthday. Yeah. Understand the grind. Norman Powell. He's got the hoodie. Go get it. Go get it. Understand the grind. Welcome home, Norman Powell, to Miami Heat culture. That's what they're saying right now. There's the Raptors official admin. Put the training camp 2025, Calgary, Alberta, with Scotty, Brandon, and RJ. And there's Jama coming into the Raptors Academy day 2. He was the guest. I was right. I predicted it. RJ in the first day. It'll be a coach on the second day. And it was Coach Jama Mamalea. And he's out there with the kids smiling and happy. I wondered, they were wondering if somebody else was going to come. And they're like, wait, who's this guy? Maybe they weren't as thrilled. But, yeah, they had one kid doing a clap and a turnaround to catch the ball from behind his back. That was pretty cool. That was pretty impressive right there, kid. Good job, man. Good job. That's a wrap on day 2 of the Raptors Basketball Academy. There you go, Coach Jama. It's good stuff. Broke baby Stunner is putting in the three-point shots somewhere. He's at Humber College, it looks like. Eugenio Maroy bombing threes, nailing them. Are you going to be on 905 this year? Man, I hope you are on 905 again this year. I've enjoyed watching you, Eugene, and I love it when you're around home. Brandon Ingram's posting Will Smith on his Instagram. Will Smith's talking about you don't get anything in life without working your ass off and making sacrifices. You don't get anything without discipline, is what Will Smith is saying there. And Brandon believes that. And that, well, he's going to go far with that attitude. There's Coach Andrew Jones has got his youngster in a hockey gear. So the little boy is going to play hockey. Pascal Siakam. This is really cool, guys. This is a wow for today. This is my third wow. Wow. Siakam is going to be the pace car driver for a race at the Brickyard 400 on July the 27th, I guess in 4 days at 2 p.m. Siakam is going to be driving a NASCAR pace car to lead set the pace for a NASCAR race. That's got to be exciting for him. I wonder how dangerous that is. I don't think it's that dangerous, though. He doesn't go as fast, and they know to drive around him. They're not going to try and wreck into him or anything like that. But what a cool opportunity for Siakam that he gets to drive a pace car for a NASCAR race later this weekend. That's very, very cool. Matt Devlin putting on blast that the Raptors are coming to Vancouver to play the Denver Nuggets in a Vancouver, Canada series. That's right. Vancouver, we come in. So you better be ready. Raptors playing the Nuggets. That's right. Young Och's basketball camp is coming up very soon in 2 days. $50 to go to Oshai Abaji's Young Abaji Foundation Basketball Skills Camp. Join Toronto Raptors NBA player Oshai Abaji at our basketball skills camp for a hands-on training in shooting, dribbling, defense, and game IQ. Players will elevate their game while also learning essential life skills like teamwork, leadership, discipline, and resilience, growing both as athletes and individuals. There you go. This is going to be in Overland Park, Kansas. So yeah, it's at the Mokan training facility from 9 to noon on July the 25th. So that's where Abaji's basketball camp will be. If you're going to in that area, you go on and get there. That's right. Grady Dick is posting the preseason schedule with him on it. That's right. He's ready for preseason. It's a wide ways away. Serge Ibaka has got number 242 Independence Day at Brazzaville. Serge Ibaka will be there live celebrating Independence Day in Brazzaville over in his homeland. So yeah, it'll be very, very cool. Serge looks like he is the guest of honor. So they're going to be celebrating their Independence Day very, very soon. That is on the 15th of August. Jacoby Walter has posted an interesting clip from the MLSE Launchpad. Young people getting dressed up to go to work, wearing suits and ties, and coming up and learning about interviews and the workforce. So MLSE Launchpad doing its great work, and Jacoby Walter is the ambassador for the Raptors right now. He's enjoying seeing the youngsters get dressed up and do the interview process. Very, very cool. Jonathan Mobo's got the preseason schedule up on his Instagram. Emmanuel Quickly's got the preseason schedule up on his Instagram. Jamal Shed has the preseason schedule up on his Instagram. Also, Bump already back, baby. Sandra Mamu is celebrating that Shams has reported that Blake Wesley is agreed to a one-year deal with the Portland Trail Blazers. This is a former teammate of his from the San Antonio Spurs that is a friend of his, and he's proud and happy that he has gotten a contract for the season. Coach Vin Bagnani is celebrating Vancouver series, Denver Nuggets versus Toronto Raptors coming up in October. DeMar DeRozan is out and about, and he is hanging out. Who is that with him? Who is that? That is, I don't know who that is. Is that Rudy Gay? Oh, crap. It is Rudy Gay. It's DeMar with not welcome Raptors alumni Rudy Gay. Yeah, so DeMar and Rudy are still really close friends. Yesterday was Scotty's mom's birthday. So he posted a couple pictures on his Instagram of him and his mom's. Happy birthday, Mama. Very, very cool to see Scott and his mom. And yeah, happy birthday to Mama Barnes. There you go. There's the Instagram stories for today. Lots of stuff. Very excited about preseason. The Raptors are excited. They put their preseason schedule up, and they are looking forward to it just like we are. That's right. Just like we are. Randolph saying, Lex, please receive this honor. It's well-deserved. You don't know the reach and impact you have had on us. We come here at times broken and disturbed by life, even after a game, lose a game loss, and you lift us. Man, I appreciate that. I appreciate that so much, Randolph. Once again, I'm trying to be humble in this situation. I want to be humble. I do have a proclivity to make myself have a big head when people tell me stuff like this. So in some ways, I really do appreciate your compliment. I want to accept it gracefully, but also at the same time, I don't want to come off as being egotistical. So I appreciate what you're saying. I try to understand the impact that I have, but I don't know exactly. But I hope that I do have a good positive impact, especially on the regulars like you and so many other people. Seriously, this community means so much to me because honestly, I feel like you guys are my best friends. I talk to you more than I talk to my regular friends at this point. So it's like you guys are really, really important to me. You really, really are. So let's keep going on the tabs. I appreciate you, Randolph, so much. It's hard for me to I got to be humble. I got to be humble on this. It really is. It's hard for me to take it this way. All right, let's see. Nothing interesting on Blue Skies. There isn't a birthday today, unfortunately. We can go over the Raptors preseason schedule once again. Monday, October the 6th versus Denver at Rogers Arena in Vancouver. Wednesday, October the 8th at Sacramento, Golden One Center, Sacramento Kings. Friday, October the 10th versus Boston, Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. Sunday, October the 12th at Washington, Capital One Arena, Washington Wizards. Wednesday, October the 15th at Boston, TD Garden against the Celtics again. And then Friday, October the 17th versus the Nets at Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. So, yeah, 6 games. And most of them are going to be, the first 2 are at 10 p.m. Eastern. Monique Lawrence was not happy about that. She was like kind of lamenting that the late games for the start of the preseason are annoying. But I like the late games. I kind of like being up at 10 and watching until midnight. It's kind of fun, man. All right, let's do the classic card of the day. We're on that. Man, this classic card box is getting slimmer. We've really been working through them over the last little while. Oh, this is fun. We'll do this one. This is fun. All right, guys. Here's the classic card of the day. Let's see. Full name answer, please. Let me know who you think this is. Your full name answer. In some ways, if this is a fun one. Full name answer. Write both names of this player in, please, and you'll get the classic card of the day. Yeah, this is a goofy one. This is literally a goofy card. The last 2 days, we've had kind of goofy people as our cards. Yeah, there you go. Kyle Kuzma. Real easy. Fiercey's on it again. She does well on this ticket one. She got CJ McCollum yesterday. And yeah, it's Kyle Kuzma, the greatest ever. He's the greatest. Greatest. Yeah, okay, sure, right. Man, I don't know. Kuzma's weird, man. Kuzma's very weird. I'm telling you right now, Milwaukee Bucks fans, if you are actually counting on Kyle Kuzma to be part of why y'all are going to be good this year, y'all are crazy. You're absolutely crazy. Once again, this card is not worth much. This is a 50-point card because he's a player of notoriety, but Fiercey's gotten 250 cards in a row in the last 2 days. There you go. I listened to y'all while working, laugh out loud. Raptor Freak family, a mad addiction. Either way, I mean, I know you're a diehard because Fiercey is all about, she knows a lot about the Raptors. I mean, seriously, when we're on Discord and we're watching the games, her analyzing the game is really on point. Usually, like the couple times we watched Summer League together, Fiercey, I was like, whoa, Fiercey's just like seeing the same things I'm seeing for sure. So yeah, I appreciate the whole dimension of Discord and the ability to talk to you guys on that website has been awesome. So awesome. Yes, Fiercey. Yes. All right, let me do a wrap up and we'll get out of here a little early. Once again, guys, don't listen to ESPN. Don't listen to social media. Let's just think positive and go forward and think the best for the Raptors, and we will make a future that is awesome and perfect for us somehow, some way. That way. That's right. Let's see. Canadian coffee. Go get the good stuff. Coffee Time. Dark Horse. Balzac. Second Cup. Jimmy's Coffee. Timothy's World Coffee. Country Style. All the best Canadian company coffees that you should be buying from and not other people. Get your WNBA fantasy team set up for tonight. There's only one game. It's going to be Atlanta versus Phoenix. So make sure you got your teams set up so you get those couple of players there. Let's see. Raptors Reddit, stupid. I don't even want to look at it. Stupid. Yeah, we're done. All right, we're done, guys. Thanks for watching the Raptor Freak stream. Tomorrow's the Thursday Think Tank Call-In show, and the phone lines will be open. So hopefully I'll hear some of y'all's voices tomorrow. We'll talk. I'll figure out a more specific general topic for the stream to be kind of centered around. And yeah, we'll have a good time, and hopefully I'll get some calls tomorrow. So I'll see y'all tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. on the Raptor Freak stream every single day. Don't take any days off. Sundays, I don't take Sundays off. I don't take the off season off. I don't take none of these days off. Blake Murphy, all you guys, Raptors show, all y'all are taking time off. Locked On Raptors, y'all are taking time off. No, not the Raptors Freak. Every single day. Come check on me. We'll talk about what's going on with the Raptors. That's right. Thank you, Isaac, for putting me on blast. Salute to you, Seymour Pape. And you and Mark are going to be going to that open gym practice. That's going to be awesome. Wayne saying, preseason out. Great. Will the season schedule be released? Will it dictate our season? Yeah. Both of those. It'll be released sometime in August. We won't see the regular season schedule probably for at least 2 more weeks, maybe even longer. Sometimes they've been getting it done closer to the end of August. So we'll just have to see when they release it. And then obviously I'm going to go over it with a fine-tooth comb, and I'm going to really analyze the different parts of the schedule and the different sections of it, and hopefully be able to tell everybody what I see for the season with the schedule as far as how they laid it out. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. Let's go Toronto Tempo. Let's go Team Canada basketball, women's and men's. Let's go CBL. Let's go Raptors 905. And let's go, of course, Toronto Raptors. Yeah, that's our team. If you ain't with our team, if you ain't trying to root for them right, if you're trying to do that Leaf Nation action and Raptors Nation, get the fuck out. If you ain't standing with RJ Barrett, get the fuck out. I'm sorry. Let's go Raptors. Be a real one for our guy RJ, Jakob Poeltl, and the rest of the Raptors, Scotty Barnes. That's right. Let's go Raptors.